Hey guys, did you know that I have a Patreon where you can support me and plus get awesome rewards? Or if you're thinking to yourself, but Julian, I want even more bang for my buck while still supporting you, you can pop over to my Redbubble and check out my awesome store with new designs appearing regularly. But for now, enjoy the video you're about to watch. Hey guys, it's me, Julian Greystoke, and I am here to bitch and whine and piss and moan. This video is just going to kind of be me venting. This video should not be taken as an advice video. This video isn't looking for you guys to give me any solutions to my problems. I'm just gonna blah. I just feel like I need to let it out of my system, talk to you guys about it. But that's really all. So if you're looking for some advice or whatever, this video is not it. This is just me bitching and moaning about something that bothers just me in writing, and my writing, in writing in general. So let's just look at it. Let's just talk about it. You can listen to me ramble rant. Here we go. So that thing is multiple POVs, points of view, in a book. And in books that I write and in books that I read, I don't mind reading multiple POVs. I prefer single point of view stories. And I've come to the realization that I'm in the minority. I don't know exactly why. My brain just likes to be with one character, and I like to know what that character knows and not know what that character doesn't know. I like to, if that character guesses wrong about some other character's feelings, I like to guess wrong with them. I don't know, it just really helps me relate to a story more if I can stay with one character and really be with them the entire time. It gets me into the world more. If you start jumping around from character to character, it draws me personally out a little bit more. It reminds me that I'm reading a book, not experiencing a life. But like I said, I think that's just me. I know a lot of other people who love multiple POV stories, and I can see why they would be fun. Multiple POV stories offer you a chance to see what all of the characters might be thinking. Let's say that you don't really like the main character, but you love one of the side characters. So you're thrilled when you finally get to be in their point of view for once. And I can understand that. But it's just not my thing. And here's where we run into the problem. Because I prefer that, that's also what I usually write. And I did the multiple POV thing in Boots, which is a book that is querying right now. However, I did have long spans of time with each character's point of view, because I do not like when a book jumps so much between characters' points of view. I don't like books that insist on having every chapter be in a different character's point of view. I guess there are books that I like that do that, but I never liked a book because it did that. It feels too choppy to me. I want to be with a character for longer. I want to feel their feelings. I want to get into their head. One of the things that I have talked about with some of my betas and also my editor with Boots is maybe I should have more frequent point of view changes. And I've been resistant to it for the moment. I'm not saying that I will never do it. I'm not setting my heels into the dirt and saying no, never. But I am still gonna resist a little bit. However, if I ever do, and by this point, who knows, maybe I will, get a more constructive nibble from any of the agents that I've submitted to, if any of them said, hey, I would like this, but I would like to see the POV switch more, I will consider it even more strongly. And there's a good chance that if I get that, I will definitely be going back in and switching up those POVs. But I'm waiting a little bit to see if it's necessary, because I don't want to do that change and make my book something that I would want to read less, personally. I know, that sounds super spoiled and whatever, but I don't have any guarantee that that is going to make anyone want to buy my book, so I'm waiting. And now I also am having that from a few of my betas going through the game, which is still in the beta process as of the filming of this. And I don't think it's bad advice. It's not like the betas are giving you terrible advice saying, I think you should switch POVs here, because the game is a single POV book. which I went back to my roots, I prefer a single POV. It is an ensemble book. It does have lots of other characters. It's got the 5-man band dynamic going on, which I love the 5-man band, and I was so excited to write it. And if you don't know what that is, I'll try to put a link in a doobly-doo to a great video that explains it. But I don't go into any of the other characters' points of view, and some betas have been saying that they would like that, or they would be like, this would be a great place to change the point of view. And again, I'm not saying no, but I am still resistant because I still really like that single point of view story. I like to not know everything about a story because the main character doesn't know. It feels more real to me, it feels like more real life to me, because in real life, unless some of y'all are psychic out there, all you have is what you know. All I have is what I know. What I know about my friends that could be wrong. All I have is my mistakes. And so it really bonds me to a main character a lot more, as I keep saying over and over again. I was thinking the other day about how many books have multiple POVs nowadays, and how, while I don't hate it, I also don't love it. It's just a reality of a lot of books, especially, well, I was gonna say especially young adult, but adult books do it too. Very few books that I have found recently have only a single point of view, and that makes me sad. I miss a good single point of view book. And of course, a series that sprang into my mind that is almost exclusively single point of view is Harry Potter. Occasionally we do get points of view from other characters, but that is because Harry Potter is either having a dream, or looking at a pensieve, or doing something that directly allows him to see through someone else's eyes. I've heard lots of various criticisms of Harry Potter, but that is not something I've ever heard anyone wish. And that just got me wondering, like, why is that? Why does Harry Potter get away with the single POV? And that works for Harry Potter, and why does it maybe not work for my book? Like, why aren't people begging J.K. Rowling for Ron's point of view, or Hermione's point of view? A lot of people write fan fiction of that, but I don't feel like that was ever something that people wanted or expected from the actual, like, books that she wrote. If you have any thoughts about that, feel free to comment below and let me know what makes that a book that it works so well to be single point of view. What makes the popular single point of view books that we have out right now work as a single point of view? So that's just something I don't have a handle on. I don't understand why some books work with a single point of view, and what makes some books work with multiple points of view. I don't know. I don't understand it. It's very frustrating to me, you see. I just don't know, looking at the game, if having the multiple points of view would make it better, stronger, or just more cluttered. It's hard to know. I also have this weird, and this is like some sort of OCD thing, or maybe it relates to my anxiety. I have this thing where if I involve someone else's point of view, it has to have some kind of structure. And this is something where, like, my brain really, really locked onto this and set its teeth into this. Like, if I'm writing in the game, and I give a point of view to, say, the character 5, I have to give him his point of view every now and then, periodically throughout the book. My brain will not let me not. I cannot just have a character's point of view pop up in my book and then never again. In Boots, it is incredibly regimented. It goes in a cycle of cat, Levi, princess, cat, Levi, princess. And that works for my brain. But my brain really, really does not like just, like, including a character's point of view once. It needs more than that. And knowing that about my brain, would I be able to do that with the game and still make it flow and make it uncluttered? I don't know. But if I do make it multiple POV, that is going to be the hardest thing for me to fight and to figure out. I mean, there are things that we naturally as readers want to know, and we're always told as writers to show, don't tell. So wouldn't it make sense, one would think, for when a character goes away from the main character and comes back and is like, these are the adventures I had, wouldn't it be better to show the adventures that they had by following them instead of having them tell the main character about their adventures? Maybe. Maybe. But I don't think that's always necessarily true. And I feel like sometimes it can be a little bit too easy to just do that. Again, it comes down to, like, what I feel about the character and the main character and how much I want to be in that main character's world. And I want to live
as that main character, kind of, a little bit, you know what I mean? I feel like it's a little bit of a cheat. Does that make any sense, or am I just crazy? I'm probably just crazy. It probably makes no sense at all. So I don't know, I wrote down, those are pretty much all the notes that I had written down. Just, I thought maybe if I wrote down those notes it would kind of get it out of my brain, but it's still in my brain, it's still bothering me, so I figured maybe if I make a video I can get out of my brain. But I do want to ask you guys because I don't really need, like, you know, if you want to give me advice in the comments, that's fine, but what I really need is examples. So can you give me some examples of books where it's not just that it's a good book, but you think that the multiple POVs are what makes it a good book? And give me examples of books you love where if it wasn't multiple POV, the book would be bad. And give me books that you love that have a single point of view, where if it was multiple point of views, you feel that the book would lose something. Please, please, please give me these examples, because the best way for me to learn as a writer is to see what other authors are doing successfully. And I just don't feel like I have found that yet in my reading, where I just feel like I have not reached that understanding of when to make something multiple POV and when to not. Because ultimately, I would like to be able to keep writing my single point of view books, and if I have a better understanding of when to make things multiple POV, maybe I just don't write that story and I write the other one that works better as a single POV instead. Sorry about the weird noises in the background. My husband's doing something, I don't know what, outside, right outside the window, so I don't even... It sounds weird. I think he's sawing. Anyway, that is unimportant. If this was a book, though, we would cut to his point of view so that you would know what he's doing outside making that weird noise. We're not going to do that because it's real life. So yes, comment below with those thoughts. Share, share, share. Please share examples, and I will try to read them if I can. Anyway, you guys, I hope this wasn't too rambly and useless to you. These are just the thoughts that are going on in my brain. Again, please don't take any of this as advice. It's just me being weird. And as always, don't forget that I post new videos Mondays and Fridays. All the links to my social media are in the doobly-doo for ease of your clicking. And if you liked what you saw here, but wish it was higher quality, I have a Patreon for that. All the support I get on Patreon goes towards getting me better equipment. So go check that out. And I will see all of you guys again next time with whatever it is I happen to be doing next time. Bye!
Hey everybody, it is shout out time. Time for me to shout out to my amazing patrons, Kim, Sarah, and Savvy Panda. So if you want to be cool like these great people, then become my patron over on Patreon.